Could the president's tariffs soon lead to empty store shelves as company cut imports from China? Made in China is on a lot of things. Well, we are already seeing a slowdown at America's ports, and container shipment bookings are down nearly 50% from a year ago. A lot of stuff comes on those boats. Carter Evans checked out one crucial part of America's import system.
The Port of Los Angeles is the busiest in the Western Hemisphere, but now it's preparing for a dramatic slowdown, according to Executive Director Gene Soroka.
What do you anticipate happening over the next couple of weeks?
In 2 weeks' time, Carter, we'll see a drop on our import side of the business by about a third. It could be as much as 40% the week to follow. Most American importers are saying that they're stopping shipments out of China because they simply weren't going to pay 2.5 times the cost of the goods.
With a 145% tariff, a container of Chinese goods worth $100,000 will now cost importers an extra $145,000.
With information coming out of Washington seemingly by the hour, it's tough to get a line of sight on what's next. Inventory on hand right now in the United States will last for about 6 to 8 weeks. After that, shelves will be bare. We won't be able to buy as much online.
All of these games come from China.
At the Game Chest, owner Mariam Alhamami has been stockpiling toys and games that arrived before the tariffs.
So I'm buying what I think I'll sell between now and September.
You sound like a hoarder.
I feel like a hoarder. If you've seen my stores, you would see the hoarding in the back rooms.
80% of her merchandise comes from China, and board games are her biggest sellers.
Seems like you should be able to make a board game in the U.S.
It's true. It does look easy, but it's filled with lots and lots of different parts and pieces. And there's just not enough manufacturing here to be able to do that successfully.
At this point, even if the tariffs are reduced significantly,
It'll still take about 10 days to 2 weeks to get these ships back in line over in China. Then it's a 2-week trip here to L.A. So we're starting to cut it pretty close with respect to inventory in the U.S.
So we might see some empty shelves even if the tariffs are brought down in the next couple of weeks.
We're running out of time on that. And if we have fewer items to select from, that's going to put a pinch on the American buyer.
for CBS Mornings, I'm Carter Evans in Los Angeles.
To supposedly remove all the meat and dairy off the shelves, it really begs the question, why is that? Why would they be taking some items off of the shelves? That seems really odd to me. And then, of course, we're seeing the prices already starting to go up with the produce because of the tariffs, because of other reasons. The new boxes that are supposed to curtail theft, I haven't seen that in my local Walmart, but the fact that that's already happening now, that's crazy. You have to put items in these little cages to take them to the front because you're not trusted to take them yourself. And then you have to have the cashier open that before you can take it out of the store. And you got to think about it. What does it mean when the largest retailer in the United States, Walmart, starts freezing fresh produce, removing food from the shelves, and locking up common basics like you're in a prison? It really seems to me that they're preparing for even more food instability, rising theft due to desperation, and growing public tension. And while the masses might be choosing to just turn a blind eye to what's going on, we have to pay attention to the picture that this is painting of even a more dystopian future that we have been experiencing ever since basically 2020. So, I don't want to just say all these things to put fear in people. I want people to listen to this and get encouraged to think about what types of things I can do right now. Should I buy some more food? You don't have to go and hoard a bunch of items, but if there's some things that you need, get them now. The prices are going to be going up because of the tariffs anyway, so why hold out? Why wait till maybe you see empty shelves in your area? Go ahead and start stocking up on some important items like food, water, other basic necessities that you need. And also think about having cash on hand. Don't just rely on your little plastic debit and credit cards in case the grid goes down, in case your local ATM systems go down. Make sure that you are paying attention to what is taking place around you because things happen fast. And if you think that certain things can't happen, the food shortages, the astronomical prices, other things that we've seen since 2020, just remember that this world is changing very quickly and you do need to be prepared. You don't just always want to be reactive to what's happening. You want to try and be proactive. So take necessary steps now, even if it's a really small step. Anything and everything can help because you're taking care of your family. And what's going on with Walmart is probably not just going to stay with Walmart. It'll be spreading to other retailers near you as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and I hope you're doing well. Take care until the next video.
Have you all noticed the shelves in the American stores are looking more empty than usual? Many people are wondering what's going on. The answer is not simple, but one big reason is that American sports are in trouble. When ships don't arrive with the products that stores need, shelves stay empty. In this video, I'll explain what's happening with the ports, why the shelves are empty, and how it's affecting everyday people in the US. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Rosemary. Kindly consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we get to the video, let me play a few clips on the same, and I'll be back with my commentary. More credit goes to the original creators of these videos.
So I'm in Dollar General, or Dollar Tree rather. The shelves are bare. You think that these tariffs and the stuff that we get from China is not coming because the shelves are bare. I have never seen it this empty. This is crazy. It's almost like pandemic level. There's nothing in here.
Tariff shortages are about to hit. We're looking at empty shelves and high prices in our not so distant future. Share and repost this video and I'll break it down for you. April 10th, all Chinese imports to the United States shut down. No deals, no containers, no compromise. But here's the catch. It takes 30 days for those containers to even hit Los Angeles, 45 for Houston and Chicago, and 55 for New York. That means the real impact is starting now. Truckers in LA are losing work. Warehouses are doing layoffs. The freight isn't showing up because it no longer exists. Chicago and Houston, they're 2 weeks behind LA. And New York, still unloading pre-shutdown containers. But when they run out, it's over. This is what an invisible economic crash looks like. Not with explosions, but silence. Empty warehouses, idling trucks, and layoffs. Now let's say the government panics by May 31st, they scrap the tariffs, and China agrees to restart trade. Even then, it'll take at least 30 more days for goods to hit LA, 45 to 55 for the rest. That's mid-summer before the first ripple of recovery. And that's only if China's factories come back on like nothing happened at all, which they won't. Orders were canceled, trust was broken. This is not a reset, it's a rupture. Let's just all hope these trade deals come to fruition fast because we're speeding toward a brick wall.
Let's start with the port. America imports many things from overseas, like electronics, clothing, toys, tools, and even food. These items come in containers on large cargo ships. When those ships can't enter the port or don't bring as much cargo, stores run out of stocks. That's what's happening in America right now. One of the main reasons for this problem is the new policy from the US government. Recently, Trump added a very high tariff, about 145% on many products from China. Because of this, many companies in the US cancelled their orders from China. They didn't want to pay the extra cost. This sudden change led to a big drop in how much cargo is coming into the US. Some reports say trade between China and the US dropped by 30 to 40%. When fewer products arrive, shelves don't get refilled. Big companies like Amazon, Home Depot, and Walmart are all feeling the impact. Products are missing, prices are going up, and customers are getting frustrated. Some people are starting to panic and buying in bulk, which makes the shelves even more empty. Because of the tariffs, there are fewer ships coming into the US. Many shipping companies have cancelled trips because it's too expensive or complicated to send goods to America right now. Instead, they are focusing on other ports on the world where trade is easier and more profitable. This means even more empty containers and more empty shelves. The situation has led to panic buying in some areas. In Florida, for example, people rushed to stores like Walmart and Costco, grabbing items like toilet paper, water, and food. Even products made in the US are affected because trucking companies and warehouses workers also depend on a steady flow of import to keep their jobs and deliver goods across the country. Truck drivers are now saying they are getting fewer delivery assignments. Some are struggling to make ends meet because the goods are not there to transport. Warehouse workers are also being laid off. These job cuts are happening quietly, but they show how one problem in the supply chain can affect many people. The overall economy is feeling the pain. When people can't find what they need in stores, they start to lose confidence. They may stop spending money, which slows down the economy even more. Businesses are also suffering. If they can't get the products they need, they lose customers and revenue. It's a cycle that is hard to stop once it begins. Some experts say the government didn't plan this tariff change carefully. The 145% tariff sounds tough, but it has scared away many trading partners. partners. Now, the US has fewer products, rising prices, and growing anger from customers. Retailers are warning that if the situation doesn't improve soon, more people will lose jobs and more stores will close. At the same time, American companies are trying to find newer suppliers outside of China, but that takes time. It's not easy to build a new trade relationship overnight. Even if they find other suppliers, shipping costs are still high and ports are still backed up. It's not a quick fix. So what can be done? Some suggest reducing tariffs to start trade. Others say the US needs to invest in domestic manufacturing so it doesn't depend so much on imports. There is also talk about improving port technology and training more workers to speed up uploading and transportation. But this situation takes months or even years. For now, regular people are stuck dealing with the reality of limited supplies and higher prices. Families are going to multiple stores just to find basic items. Small businesses are struggling to keep their shelves stocked, and workers across the supply chain, from dock workers to truckers, are feeling the stress. In the end, this is a reminder of how connected the world of the economy is. One change in policy, one strike, or one cancelled shipment can cause a chain of reaction. The US is learning the hard way how important ports, workers, and trade relationship really are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.